Dan and Amy, all right, we're talking about the election and the rigging of it.
Yeah, stop rigging my election.
It's not broken, it's fixed, to borrow a phrase from a great man.
That man was Dan Proft.
Yes, it was. And now to talk about this in a little bit more detail, we're happy to be joined by Curtis Ellis. He's a senior advisor to the Donald Trump for President campaign. Curtis, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Great pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you wrote a piece in USA Today about this very issue that is dominating the cable news channels this morning, Donald Trump's answer as to whether or not he will accept the outcome of the election if it doesn't go in his favor. And you talk about voting irregularities, unlawful voting by non-citizens and the like. These are real substantive issues.
Yeah, very real. Look, there's three ingredients to rigging an election. One is disinformation. Another is intimidation, voter suppression through intimidation. And the third is outright voter fraud, stuffing ballot boxes in the colloquial term. We see all three elements at play here, or at least we've seen 2 out of 3, because until we start counting the votes, we don't know about the voting irregularities. The media is all in for Hillary Clinton. They are reporting any rumor against Donald Trump, but they refuse to report any negative news whatsoever about Hillary Clinton. They suppress that news. Then, look, the nonpartisan, authoritative Center for Public Integrity found 96% of presidential campaign contributions from journalists went to Hillary Clinton. So we know that the journalists have a horse in this race, you might say, and it ain't Donald Trump.
Yesterday's debate, there's a story about reporters cheering for Hillary and groaning for Trump.
Yeah, that's right. In the backstage where all the reporters are gathered, it's become a cheering section for Hillary Clinton, and you can see that. Last week, network newscast, 23 minutes of coverage on these allegations by some women who say something happened to them 20 years ago. 23 minutes on that. 57 seconds covering the very real revelations, courtesy of WikiLeaks. We get to see Hillary Clinton talking about her belief in open borders, her support for bad trade deals like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and open collusion between the media and the campaign. That got 57 seconds worth of coverage on all three total combined network newscasts. But then you move on to the voting irregularity. Very real. Pew Center on the States, a established, nonpartisan, authoritative research outfit, Pew Research Center, estimates that 24 million voter registrations, that's 1 out of 8, 1 in 8, 1 of every 8 voter registrations in this country are significantly inaccurate or just plain no longer valid. You've got almost 3 million people are registered in more than one state, and get this, almost 2 million dead people are still registered to vote. And not just in Chicago, but 1.8 million dead people still on the voter rolls in Denver, the CBS affiliate, so it's not some crackpot organization. CBS TV affiliate found that dead people were voting. This woman who died in 2009 cast a ballot in 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2014. So she's a very active dead person. She takes her...
She's participating,
very seriously.
so there's that, yeah.
So we've got all this information about voter fraud. Is anything going to be done with it? I mean, we have 3 weeks until the election.
Well, what's going to be done is Donald Trump is not going to concede an election until he sees what the results are. He's serving notice to anybody who thinks they're going to do some funny business with the election. We are watching. We are watching, and that's the way it should be. You should not give in to a corrupt system.
Are you concerned at all, though, that this gives the impression that that Donald Trump is expecting to lose?
No, I'm not concerned about that at all. He is saying we've got to break up a rigged system. Yeah, that's been his message throughout the campaign, and it holds true as well with the election system. Let's have fair and honest elections. Let's have a fair and honest political system. Once we see the results, he'll accept the results. He'll probably end up accepting the results because he's going to win, and I'm sure he'll accept that result.
All right, he is Curtis Ellis, senior advisor to the Donald Trump campaign. piece in USA Today that you mentioned, talking specifically about some of these issues that Trump raised in the debate last night. Curtis, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.